We're with Demon football coach Jay Thomas. It's a huge day in college sports. It's National Weathercasters Day. Jay, what's the weather forecast for today?
Oh, it's a bright and shiny day today here in Demon Land. It's been a really exciting day. It's been a process, obviously. It always is. You always learn a lot of different things, and it's always great to get to meet new young men and their families. But it's been a really good day for us so far.
Talk about on National Signing Day, obviously, for football and other sports. What were you looking for coming into today?
Well, I'll tell you, numbers-wise, we had some big shoes to fill, obviously, in the offensive line, and I think we got that accomplished today. We're looking at 7 potential offensive linemen coming in. We need to create some depth there, very quality young men coming in. But that was really our main focus was the offensive line, and then, of course, we needed to find some skilled guys, to go along with those guys on offense. And so priority was finding a few receivers, a couple of running backs, which we were able to do. And then defense priorities, linebackers, creating some more depth there, and then, of course, it's safety. And I think we got that accomplished.
All right, when you look at this class, which will be over 24 by the time you're done, how many of these guys are you looking for to step in and play immediately? And that does include 2 junior college transfers that you've had here since the semester started.
Well, I think that, yes, we're looking at Zach White to come in and obviously help us immediately. Devontae Allen's a linebacker too, looking for him to come in and obviously give us some help there in linebacker role. So having those 2 guys here this spring is really huge. If you look at some of the freshmen, Cameron Lazar from Woodlawn out of Baton Rouge, he's a young man that's very talented. He was really high on our board in our receiving core. He's a Lou Oye type guy, big, strong, physical type player. He's a guy that he could play defense. He's got that kind of mentality and did that in high school. So he would be a guy that we're certainly going to need to look at when we get to fall camp. Josh Roberts is another young man that we're very excited about getting here. He's 6'5", he's 310 pounds. He played both ways in high school, defensive line and offensive line. And we'll start him in the defensive line at defensive tackle, and we'll see how he progresses. And so he could be potentially a guy that could come in and be an impact guy for us.
As I looked at the high school signees, 2 things jumped out at me as common threads very often in here. We're looking at guys whose teams were either state champions, state runner-ups, state semifinalists, and a lot of guys with outstanding grade point averages.
Right. Yes, and student athletes first, and with the emphasis on student. And our staff really did a great job. We probably went through over 2,000 kids, and it's really tough. Recruiting at this level is just that way. But really did a good job going through these guys academically. Like you mentioned before, there's quite a few in this class that are well over 3.0s, good quality young men, really come from good homes, good parents at home, and and good football players. And it's very competitive for these guys. Obviously, everybody in the country is recruiting these young men. So we're very excited about having these guys on campus. They'll be involved in campus other than just football. So it's a blessing that we were able to get these guys to come.
When you look back on this recruiting class, 2 years, 3 years, 4 and 5 years from now, what do you think you'll say?
Well, and that's the thing about your recruiting class. You never know, and you'll know, like we said, 2 or 3 years down the road. But if we get quality young men and they have a good academic background, then you're looking at the long haul with these guys. And they'll be here 4 or 5 years down the road, and you'll get to see them mature throughout their careers. So I think that's very important in when you're trying to build your class and making sure you got a good foundation. And obviously you got to get some guys some immediate help to come in different positions along the way. I think that's important to your team and to the success of the team the next year. And we want to definitely take advantage of of that opportunity with this upcoming season and get the right pieces of the puzzle put together.
Okay, speaking of the puzzle, how does this layer in on top of last year's recruiting class?
Well, I'll tell you, last year was, you know, it was so fast. We had 3 weeks to get it done. It was a tremendous job by our staff. We had a lot of quality young men that had been here this year. We were very fortunate that we were able to redshirt just about the entire class. You know, so a lot of these guys dropped off the radar a little bit, you know, for a year through their redshirt years. But now we'll have them ready to go this year. And then, so very excited about that. This class, it remains to be seen, you know, what we do with these guys. Obviously, we got to get them in camp, and then we'll make those decisions as we move forward. But yes, you know, the priority is the future. Obviously, building a good foundation with our team, and then, of course, getting ready for next year, too, as well.
They say it takes a village to raise a child. It certainly takes a university community to have a successful recruiting class. I know there are countless number of people in departments you would like to thank, probably can't begin to scratch the surface.
You can't. There's so many people. You know, we can sit here for 30 minutes and name all the names and thank everyone, but everyone that was involved in it, you know, we certainly do thank them, you know, from the bottom of our hearts. We couldn't do it without them. It's campus-wide, it's city-wide, it's everyone has a part of, you know, making this happen. And, you know, I think, you know, our trips, you know, our visits, you know, when the folks come in, they love Natchitoches, they love the city, they love the university, and it's a great sell, you know, with our administration, you know, do a tremendous job. Our faculty that get involved with our guys. It's a family, and they get that sense when they come in, and they feel very secure about sending their young men to go to school here.
All right, 2 messages I want you to send out. First, to the young men who have signed with the Demons today, what do you want to tell them?
Well, I'll tell you what, first of all, congratulations. It's a great day for them. It's a big honor. Coming to a great university. You know, we're really excited about where our program is right now. We're on the rise. You know, our team currently is, you know, working hard in the off-season program. So, you know, I think that the experience they're going to get here and what I've learned being here 3 years, you know, is what we talked about earlier, is the family and the tradition, and how much when you graduate here and you go on, and how much everyone really bleeds purple and white, you know. So they're going to have a chance to be a part of that, and then of course it'll be a part of their lives, you know, as they move forward. And so very excited about them being here, and we look forward to next year. I think it, you know, obviously we got a lot of work to do to get where we want to be, but I'll tell you what, it couldn't have been any better. And you know, and like I said, it got to tip our hat to our staff, everything that they've done.
Okay, and to the Demon Nation, the fans, the supporters, the alumni, the people who are sitting on the edge of their seats waiting to see these guys hit the field for the Demons. What's your message to them about this recruiting class?
Well, I'll tell you, when you look at it from top to bottom, it is a functional class. And, you know, they're going to have an opportunity to watch these young men come in and grow, and, you know, where we want to take the program to. We're just scratching the tip of the iceberg, so to speak, with what we're trying to get done. I think last year in our recruiting class, we were able to get it started. This year helps motivate that a little bit. But I think they're going to get to see a bunch of quality young men hit the field, and they're going to represent university well.
All right. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, brother.